Is the Gravemind evil in Halo? Yes. The Halo fan base likes to treat the Gravemind as this god-level creature that's beyond our human understanding. A lot of people say that he's a force of nature, and he's neither evil nor good. But that isn't true. Somebody like Kid Buu fits that description, but not the Gravemind. The Gravemind is a corrupted version of what the precursors were. It's doing this because it wants revenge. It wants to make all of the precursors' creations suffer for their betrayal. He's basically Michael Jordan. It became personal for him. It knows it causes excruciating pain whenever it infects other life forms. And guess what? It enjoys it. It makes the Gravemind happy. The Gravemind doesn't have to do any of these things. It wants to. It chooses to. This is all about getting revenge. And that's what makes it evil. Remember this guy? The Lich from Adventure Time? The Lich and the Gravemind tricked everyone. Because they're top 10 at giving speeches, and because they're so old and powerful and know so much, everybody fell for the act. People honestly believed that the Lich was the ceaseless wheel, that he was the end, that he was a machine with no emotions. But as we saw in Fiona and Cake, none of this was true. A lot of people in that community wasn't happy about this revelation, but there was always evidence that the Lich was just like Finn. He was a person who had emotions. Throughout the series, we saw examples of this. Whenever his plans worked, he was happy about it. When things weren't going his way, he would get angry about it. Whenever something shocking happened, like Finn beating him with a sweater or his wish getting changed, he would be visibly surprised. And the Gravemind is no different. He was calm, cool, and collected when he was strangling Master Chief and the Arbiter. He was speaking in riddles and acting like he was Beethoven. Matter of fact, he always acts like Edgar Allan Poe when the situation is under his control. And when he gets victories, he starts behaving like an evil villain, doing evil laughs and stuff. But the second he faces adversity, like when he was interrogating Cortana, he gets angry. And when Master Chief starts the fourth quarter comeback at High Charity, he starts to behave like a feral animal. The Gravemind started yelling and roaring like he was on the Lion King. The Gravemind tries to act like he's a precursor, but in reality, he's the Hulk. The Hulk and Bruce Banner are technically the same person, but not really. The precursors were pacifists. They don't believe in violence. They literally allowed themselves to be wiped out by the Forerunners when they could have easily prevented it. The Hulk views himself as his own person, while the Gravemind doesn't. And people seem to not understand that the Gravemind is literally crazy. He literally told Master Chief and Arbiter that I am a monument to all your sins. That statement, based on who he's talking to, doesn't make any sense. The present day humans in the Covenant have absolutely nothing to do with what the Forerunners did to the precursors 100 million years ago. But the Gravemind doesn't care about that. It just wants an excuse for violence. The Halos were created to kill the Flood's food. But do the Flood even have to eat? The Gravemind went 100,000 years without a cheeseburger. I believe that once you reach a certain level, the Flood are self-sustaining. I believe that the Gravemind wants to consume everything for the same reason Eren Yeager wanted to do the rumbling. Both of those characters never even for a second considered another option, because they only cared about the one option that would make them happy. Eren didn't care about what his friends would have wanted, just like the Gravemind doesn't care about what the precursors would have actually wanted. Both of these characters try to find reasons to justify their actions, instead of just telling the truth, that they did it because they wanted to do it, because they knew that that decision would make them the happiest.